Hey. All right. So welcome back, guys. This is a bonus general message. I always start these ones out with something real that happened, an anecdote, usually about my dog, and then we see if that sets a tone for the storytelling. And in this one, I had dinner with some people that are very near and dear to me, and it was so cute because at the end of dinner, we hadn't even stood up to leave yet, but we were talking about, all right, it's about time to go. And all of a sudden, Aries, my dog, comes rushing over and he rests his little head on everybody's knees one at a time to like give a little goodbye kiss. And they were like, he rushed over to say goodbye. And I'm like, yeah, I know he understands. And so all I can say is, maybe that's the way the storyline is going to start, with someone just being extremely intuitive, or maybe it's a fond farewell or a gentle goodbye, or we start out with the Three of Swords, so that can be a goodbye for sure, and not necessarily a gentle one though. um let's just see how this storyline unveils itself. We got a Five of Wands. This was definitely not a gentle goodbye. This was a stressful one. Someone didn't want this to end. This was something that I would argue, Page of Wands is in the upright as well. Somebody turned their back on this and then felt lost in the woods. So it's an ending because of some kind of a heartbreak. Tell me what happened here. What caused the heartbreak? We've got a Ten of Swords. What caused the heartbreak is a very harsh ending. I mean, it was a bee sting. It was a wasp sting, right? Not a butterfly, but a wasp sting. It was something that hurt. The one thing I can say is that if something hurts, it's a good thing that it ends. Nine of Pentacles. Someone might have said, I want to be alone. I want to be single. And that could have been painful to the other person. And this could have been about business with that Nine of Pentacles. This could have been somebody saying, you know what, I don't want to be a business partner anymore. I kind of want to go off and do my own thing. Or, I don't want to work here anymore. I want to kind of go off and do my own thing. I want to freelance it. Whatever this was. The thing is, it hurt somebody's feelings to have that. That's what caused the grief. Tell me about the whole Page of Wands. Three of Swords again. Page of Pentacles upright, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. And this didn't just end with some hurt. This ended with it's silent. Like maybe it really kind of felt like oh gosh, what's that song? Now I'm just somebody that you used to know. Or now you're just somebody that I used to know. I can't remember how it goes. There's something about like, wow, it felt more like a backstab. Three of Swords. If someone did try to like end things nicely, they didn't get even a response. It was a ghosting. So this was not pleasant. And I'm sorry that we got such ugly cards here, but this Page of Wands, this, having to turn one's back and then, say, okay, I guess it'll just get better at some point, right? But instead it's a little bit of being lost in the woods, because it's like, wow, that was a really crappy way, the way this thing ended. So I'm just going to say that somebody, whomever our lead character is, we could have a situation slightly more complicated. We could have a situation where, because we saw the Three of Swords come out twice, it could be that two people feel brokenhearted. It could be that one person said, wow, I can't believe that this is the way this has ended. I guess I'm just going to go off in a different direction. This really sucks, but hey, I'm single and I guess I'll be fine. And then the other person was like, wow, just because I said something was going to be over, I still wanted to talk to him, but they won't talk to me. So we could have had that reaction also. Let's see if we can figure out which of those two storylines this is. Is this one cohesive storyline, or is this the way two different people were seeing it from both of their eyes? Let's see if we can figure this out. Seven of Swords, King of Cups. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this is one person's perspective. But the thing is, the guides are saying, liar, liar, pants on fire. That's not what happened. King of Cups. King of Cups was full of love. King of Cups really wanted this. So wait a minute. Is this something ended for no darn good reason? Why the Seven of Swords? Five of Swords. Oh. Somebody, so I'm going to go ahead and read it the way I see it. We have a King of Cups, okay? This King of Cups loved someone, wanted someone, was emotionally invested in something, but they themselves decided to block the heck out of it. They were maybe bent out of shape over something, so they decided to, unfortunately, to lie and act like they didn't want something. Maybe they kind of played that game of like, well, you know what? Since you bugged me or you hurt my feelings, I'm going to tell you that I don't want you. That I want it to be over. And that wasn't true. What they wanted was a new beginning. Why did they do this? I don't think I understand why if somebody has this much emotion, why would they lie and act like something doesn't matter? Seven of Cups, they don't know why. Confusion. They they acted like something didn't matter to them when it mattered a great deal, but they were so confused. What were they confused about? I don't get it. The Moon, all these secrets, all this mystery, all these unknowns. What was it that was so unknown for them? Did they not really know who they were or how they felt, or were they confused? Nine of Swords. They were petrified. So unfortunately, we have a King of Cups. The only thing that I don't get is why they're in the upright, because usually if we see somebody that's a King of Cups, they're going to not make poor decisions. But this king had a ton of love, and then they kind of like had like a meltdown moment internally here, where the very person that they wanted, or the very thing that they wanted most, they acted like they didn't want it at all, because it was so confusing to them. It was it's almost like they hydroplaned. See, the emotional equivalent of like hydroplaning, you're driving along on the highway and then you hit some water, you hit some patch of emotion, and all of a sudden your wheels aren't making contact with the road anymore and you lose control for a moment. And it's very, very, very dangerous to have that happen, right? And I feel like in this case, that's the emotional equivalent of what happened. They wanted something really badly. They got a little bent out of shape, a little hurt. Then they made this kind of epic mistake of lying and pretending that they didn't want something, instead of like maybe communicating, hey, that whatever happened kind of hurt my feelings. Did you mean that? Like what's going on? They instead totally lost control of the vehicle. They hydroplaned this relationship. So they went from out of hurt energy, they said something that wasn't true, they got hostile, defensive, and then they kind of crashed this and burned it. And not even they fully understand what happened. Maybe it happened a little too swift. It was a lot of like a moment of panic is what I would say. But of emotional variety. So let's backtrack and say, what was it that hurt this King of Cups emotion so much that led to this whole event? Page of Swords. Well, this is trying to gather information, or the need to gather information, but this is also about like looking at something, spying at something. Did they see something? Eight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. For whatever reason, they got overwhelmed with the situation. They said, well, I can't. When I look at what a relationship would look like, or what the future would hold, all the things that I either am not ready for, or I don't believe that I am, or that I'm concerned that the other person is going to want from me, and what if I don't measure up? That all they did is they took one look. Again, let's use the analogy of somebody driving, on the road, and what they see is like, oh wow, there's water on the road up ahead. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that, even though I haven't arrived there yet. All I know is I don't think I can do this. I don't think I've got the skill set to keep driving forward. They looked so far into the future, and that stopped them dead in their tracks and said, I know I can't. I'm too nervous. I don't think I have the skills to drive through that. Maybe later. It was all about they went into panic mode, and so came to like a full stop. But that's the thing that made them feel upset enough to then go into that panic. They got hostile, they lied and acted like they didn't want something when they desperately did. And then it was all like that moment of sheer panic. This person botched it badly. Okay. So are they the ones though with the broken heart? Let me just see. What energy is that King of Cups sitting in? This is a kind of a strange story. Emperor. Well, at this point, they're feeling like they're large and in charge. Four of Cups here sideways. There's only a part of them now that it's like, okay, they had a moment of panic. They freaked out. They acted like they didn't want something that they actually did. Now maybe some time has passed and they feel in charge and they're like, okay, well, now this isn't so scary. Now this is all right. Which means, 10 of Wands, they got that they had inside. Hold on. Universe, tell me. Who is the Three of Swords? Is this the person that they maybe freaked out on and rejected? Queen of Wands. Okay, so, which, by the way, we keep getting a Queen of Wands as our lead character again and again and again in stories lately. This is someone who, she's the individual that was brokenhearted. She's the individual who thought about it and then finally said, okay, I'm just gonna turn my back to this. This hurt badly and I'm just gonna go ahead and go. But it is like she's a little bit lost in the woods right now. This energy of this Queen of Wands, she's amazing and she got hurt badly. So universe, what about that other cluster of cards? The second Three of Swords, the backstab with the attempt at communication that was blocked. How do I perceive that? We've got an Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm going to go ahead and say a Queen of Wands was dealing with that King of Cups. She perhaps was utterly flabbergasted by their behavior. And then when she actually tried to reach out to them still to try to understand what happened, maybe because she was having trouble getting closure because this was a really painful, something came to like full stop. She was involved with this king. And then it's this heartbreaking, like they got hostile, they push back, they don't want this. And it's kind of like mind blowing for her because she's not sure what happened. What did she do wrong? What on earth? Where did this come from? Where did this change of temperature come from in them? And then she tries to reach out and she gets even further insulted and wounded because they will not respond. They're not investing even the energy to have a conversation. So how is she left? I mean, we saw her with the Three of Swords twice. How is she left at this point? The Lovers and the Star card, healing and looking toward a new, better lover. She's having a revival of her love life. By the way, Gemini and Aquarius could be important in this storyline for this queen. She has let go. She has moved on. Five of Wands, the Hermit. The only thing, she's healed, I think, mentally, and said, I'm ready for a new lover. But this actually says she's actually gone back to being single for a while. She doesn't know. There's at least two people that are in pursuit of her, two people that are interested in her, want to see her, want to find her, and she's unaware of that. She's in a hermit mode, Virgo stance there. Knight of Wands, somebody is actively seeking her out, actively coming to find her, actively looking for her. Who is this person? Who is this Knight of Wands? Got a whole bunch. 10 of Wands in the reverse, a Four of Wands, a Four of Swords, and a Nine of Pentacles. The person that is seeking her out and it possibly is having trouble finding her, it very well could be them, only because we've seen the 10 of Wands now twice in regards to that king. We've also seen the 9 of Pentacles. Remember, they suddenly ended things because they wanted to be single. Why? Because they freaked out. They weren't ready for a long-term commitment. They didn't have everything that they needed. So they ended things with her like ugly, in an ugly way. Now they're in emperor mode. Of course, an emperor wants a Four of Wands relationship. They want a long-term connection. They want to heal this. They're seeking her out. Because they feel like they have enough to offer at this point. Who is the other person, the other ship that's sailing around looking for her? We got a Nine of Wands, and we got the Justice card, possibly a Libra, possibly a totally different suitor, somebody that, this could be as complicated as it sounds, this could be someone entirely different that she also had a difficult situation with. I'm thinking she hasn't had much luck in the realm of love. She, he, doesn't matter. I don't read for genders. This queen could be a king. These could be a same-sex couple. This could be reverse gender roles. It does not matter to me. I don't read for genders. But whatever this is, we have, I think it's only fair at this point that she does have more than one opportunity, because Three of Pentacles, she definitely has two suitors that are both wanting a second chance with her. The one could be, tell me about the Justice card, Two of Wands. That person is at a distance and they have fallen back in love with her or have fallen in love with her. This could be somebody that she knew way back when, maybe before this Joker, that king. Hi, Martina. Hi, sweetheart. I am honored to see you, honey. This is like one of those situations where we've got this distance. This person has been pining for her for a long time. This could be somebody that she knew a long time ago. Someone she hasn't thought of in forever and ever, but they never forgot her. So she's going to have two suitors is what this looks like. What's the message on that King of Cups who's now become that emperor? Tell me about that. Knight of Pentacles, they are slowly coming back forward into her life. Five of Wands in the reverse. They are trying to make sure that there's not going to be any more conflict. They're taking one step in front of the other. We have a King of Wands in the reverse. We have a Ten of Cups upright. Do you know, I'm so sorry to say this, but I don't like this energy on this person. I mean, an emperor in the upright should be amazing, right? But I feel like this person got really cocky. First, they were like, oh, I don't want her right now because I'm freaking out. But instead of me telling her I'm freaking out, I don't know if I'm ready for a big relationship. I've looked at my own situation and I feel like I need to just be single. There's things in my life that I just need to focus on. They instead just like cut her out of their life in a kind of a brutal way, like a rude way, wouldn't communicate or anything, all because they went into panic mode. But instead of them saying, it's me, I'm in panic mode, I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm freaking out over right now about my own life, I'm not a match for anybody right now. Instead, they kind of like added insult to injury. I mean, certainly with the Three of Swords, the backstabbing card. And then we saw them turn into this emperor all of a sudden. And they're like, yeah, I don't really worry too much about this. Like, I don't really feel too many regrets because it was just a big old burden anyway. But now I'm going to slowly come back forward as soon as I'm no longer feeling stressed out. Then, yeah, I'll totally get that 10 of Cups. They have decided that they're in this really great, comfortable headspace. And when they're darn good and ready, they're going to show back up in our life. I don't see that happening. What happens with them? With them, we have got a Page of Wands and a Page of Cups. They're not an emperor. They just keep coming in as a page. This person overvalues themselves and then devalues others. But first it was that they were freaking out. Now they're super cocky, thinking they're an emperor, but they're actually a King of Wands in the reverse. It makes sense that the universe is bringing in somebody else for her that is genuinely the Justice, right? That's why she has some other better lover, that somebody else. Let's talk about this in part 2. Let's do a part 2 on this one because this one got so long. I'll see you guys in part 2. The free link will be right there in the description box. Please give this one a thumbs up and subscribe if you do enjoy it. And I'll see you in part 2. Bye for now.